Hello, Jamie. Good evening. Just wanted to say hello and let you know that I've been looking at your thoughts and some of the things you've been saying, and kind of really had some thoughts of my own to share back with you. You know, that kind of is what the social media platform is all about, the exchange of sharing thoughts and so forth. But I just wanted to touch base with you. I see your comment here, which reads, by the way, people who are stalking or coming after someone on a personal basis are being turned over to authorities for hate speech and or stalking. We have laws against this, you know. Our wonderful new president wants peace and unity, so the authorities are taking things more seriously now. Any form of harassing, bullying, and especially stalking will no longer be permitted. You just never know whose husband, father, brother may work for the three-letter agency. Keep it up and there'll be a knock on your door, just saying. Okay, so I've read your comment, and I do know where you made this comment. It's a channel that I watch quite often, actually, and I think, you know, the channel has like 1,700 subs or something, and so quite a few people do watch the channel, and I know the channel, the content on the channel. It's quite interesting that uh, you bring up this idea that people are stalking or coming after someone on a personal basis. Well, the channel in which you're talking about, that you've made this comment on, they're well known for going after people on a personal basis. I don't know if you've overlooked this or something, but this person that you watch there with the 1,700 subs, they're well known for going after people on a personal basis, Jamie, and yet you're here supporting them. I don't know if you've realized that yet, if you've overlooked it, if you've selectively overlooked it, if you've overlooked it due to some great bias that you have going on. I don't really know why you've overlooked that, but the very channel in which you're supporting has a long history of going after someone on a personal basis. If you need me to give you an example, let's just start with one that comes to mind first, and that would be, you know, anyone that disagrees with what that channel creator says and expresses that they have a difference of opinion and they bring facts to support their difference of opinion, well, then that channel creator that you love so much attacks them on a personal basis with basic things to start with, like calling them a liberal when they quite likely are not liberal. See, so that in itself is a form of slander. They're calling out someone by name, calling them a liberal when they're actually not a liberal. So that person could perceive that as a form of slander, and certainly as a form of harassment, because it's simply not true. And the channel in which you love so much is calling someone out by their name and then harassing them by calling something that they do not identify with being. Does that make sense to you, Jamie? And as far as whether or not there are laws against this, I don't know. But if there are, for God's sakes, you would think you would want to apply those laws equally and fairly across the board, right? I mean, you certainly wouldn't want to apply those laws to one channel and then not the other. So these laws you're talking about that are related to going after someone on a personal basis, that would apply first and foremost to the channel in which you just made this comment on, would it not? You would certainly apply the same rules and laws to the channel in which you made the comment on as you would to any other channel that may be addressing that channel with questions, concerns, and or opposing opinions, right? Because questions, concerns, and or opposing opinions are part of the whole social media exchange that takes place here, darling. I don't know if you realize that, but now the harassment and attacking people on a personal basis, that actually happens quite often on the channel in which you made this comment. The channel in which you're supporting and defending. You realize that, right? I mean, let's just take one example, and I believe I have videos on my channel that will back this up and verify it. The channel in which you're supporting just threatened, in a very obvious manner, just threatened to dox someone. This was no more than 1 or 2 days ago here, Jaymee. You were present at the time in which the threat was made. You were a moderator for the channel as they made that threat. If that's not stalking or coming after someone on a personal basis, Jaymee, then what the hell is, darling? Blatantly threatening to dog someone. Jaymee, how are you getting through life with one eye open, looking out one side of your head? Open both eyes, see all the things that are going on around you, and quit being so selectively biased. I mean, Jaymee, I'm speaking to you woman to woman here. You've got to snap out of it, darling. So, whether or not you have a husband, father, or brother that works for a 3-letter agency, neither here nor there, dear. Neither here nor there. You support a channel in which has done nothing but perpetuate conspiracy theories about election fraud that has been pulled off on a scale that would overturn an election. There's no facts. There's no proof that election fraud has been carried out to that extent, Jaymee. But yet you support a channel that pushes this disinformation, this conspiracy theory nonsense, this anti-American sentiment. That's the channel that you're supporting, Jaymee. You're supporting a channel that is putting out an anti-American sentiment. You're supporting a channel that is conveying the message, that is regurgitating the message that there somehow was some sort of major flaw with the United States election process in the general election in 2020. That has proven to be not the case. There has not been any proof of broad-scale election fraud that would overturn the election. Yet you support a channel that perpetuates that propaganda. So while you're on the phone with your husband, father, or brother, let them know that you're busy being a moderator and supporting a channel that is perpetuating election fraud and harassing election workers on a regular basis. The young lady in Georgia, Ruby Freeman, yeah. How many times has the channel you support harassed Ruby Freeman? Ruby Freeman could rescan those ballots 100 times and those machines will not count them more than once. Each of those ballots is encrypted as it goes through the scanner. The scanner will not count it twice, Jaymee. But the channel you support has shamed and blasted Ruby Freeman all over the internet. So your selective crying out over what laws are violated and what laws are not violated is nothing other than your sheer bias. So Jaymee, it's a real pleasure to see you put out your thoughts on a channel with such anti-American sentiment as the channel on which you left this comment. Good luck with whatever the hell you think's going on in this world, because you're lost, my darling, simply lost.